The quiet kid at Adwell boarding college had finally been discovered. Amina had seen everything. The glowing screen, the lines of code, the speed of Tunde's fingers as he fought a hacker most adults couldn't stop. But the real problem wasn't just his secret anymore. The entire school system was seconds away from being completely erased. And if Tunde failed now, ABC would lose everything. Inside the dark computer lab, the only light came from the screen in front of Tunde. Lines of code flashed rapidly as the system struggled to survive the attack. The warning message still blinked on the screen like a ticking clock. Data wipe in progress. Tunde's fingers moved faster than ever before. Sweat formed on his forehead as he typed command after command, trying to block the virus Black Cobra had planted inside the network. Behind him, Amina stood frozen in disbelief. Just hours ago, Tunde had been the quiet boy who barely spoke in class. Now he looked completely different. Focused, confident, determined. The calm student who always sat in the back of the classroom was suddenly fighting a digital battle that could save the entire school. Tunde, is the system really going to be erased? Amina asked quietly. He didn't turn around. Only if I lose. Her heart began racing. She watched a screen as entire folders started disappearing from the system. Exam files, student records, attendance logs, years of information were vanishing one by one. Then suddenly, another message appeared on the screen. Black Cobra, you're good. I'll give you that. But this system belongs to me now. Tunde narrowed his eyes. For months, he had only heard stories about Black Cobra online, a hacker who attacked schools, businesses, and organizations simply to prove he was smarter than everyone else. But tonight was different. Tonight, someone had finally challenged him. Tunde quickly opened another command window and began tracing the hacker's signal. Come on, he whispered. The system lagged for a moment. Then suddenly, a location appeared. Tunde smiled slightly. Got you. Amina stepped closer. What did you do? I found him. But the battle wasn't over yet. Black Cobra had locked the system with layers of encryption. Even though Tunde had found the hacker's access point, he still had to break through the digital barrier protecting the virus. On the screen, the deletion progress bar kept moving. 40%, 50%, 60%. If it reached 100%, the school database would be completely destroyed. Tunde inhaled slowly and began typing again. This time, his commands were different. Instead of blocking the attack, he wrote a new program directly into the network, one designed to trap the hacker inside the system. The screen filled with lines of code moving faster than Amina could even read. Seconds passed. Then suddenly, Black Cobra sent another message. Black Cobra, wait, what are you doing? Tunde didn't respond. He kept typing. The trap was almost complete. Black Cobra tried to escape the network, but every exit point had already been sealed. Tunde had quietly built a digital cage around him. For the first time since the battle began, the hacker was the one who was trapped. The progress bar froze at 73%. The virus stopped. Amina gasped. Did you stop it? Tunde pressed one final key. The virus vanished from the system completely. The deletion process reversed itself, restoring the lost files from backup. Silence filled the computer lab. Then the screen displayed a final message. Access terminated. Black Cobra was gone. The entire system had been saved. Tunde leaned back in the chair, exhausted. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Amina slowly laughed in disbelief. You just saved the whole school. Tunde rubbed the back of his neck awkwardly. Yeah, I guess. But their quiet moment didn't last long. Footsteps suddenly echoed in the hallway. Teachers, security staff. Someone had noticed the computer system turning back on. The door opened quickly, and Mr. Ogunlai, the principal, stepped inside with two teachers. They stopped immediately when they saw Tunde sitting at the computer. For a moment, the room was completely silent. The principal looked at the glowing screen, then at Tunde. Did you fix this? Amina spoke before Tunde could answer. Yes, sir. He stopped the hacker. The teachers looked stunned. Mr. Ogunlai walked slowly toward the computer, examining the system logs. Everything was restored. The virus was gone. The network was secure. He turned back toward Tunde. You did this? Tunde nodded quietly. I just helped. The principal stared at him for a long moment. Then he smiled. For the first time since the crisis began. "You didn't just help, young man," he said. "You saved Adderwell boarding college." The news spread across the school the next morning faster than anyone could imagine. Students who had barely noticed Tunde before were now talking about him everywhere. The quiet kid had stopped a hacker. The quiet kid had saved the school system. The quiet kid wasn't invisible anymore. But strangely, Tunde didn't seem uncomfortable about it. Because for the first time, people weren't looking at him with confusion. They were looking at him with respect. As he walked across the campus later that day, Chidi ran up to him. "Bro, you're a legend now." Kemi shook her head in disbelief. "You were hiding that brain all this time?" Amina simply smiled. She had always known there was something special about him. And now the whole school knew it too. But as Tunde walked past the computer lab again, he paused for a moment. Because he knew something important. This was only the beginning. The quiet kid had a secret nobody expected. But now that the secret was out, the world was about to see what he could really do. Sometimes the people who speak the least are the ones with the greatest stories. And sometimes the quietest person in the room is hiding the most powerful secret of all. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss another amazing story. Because the next story might be even more surprising.